Hey, welcome back, Computer Art B and C students. Today the objective is to turn a photograph into a vector art image. We're going to use this lovely picture of myself and bring it into Photoshop. So first thing is first, you need to take a picture of yourself using Photo Booth, and this is of course a formative assessment, and we're just going to practice this. Okay, so when you get into the summative, it'll be more you're going to do a little bit more thinking as far as how you're going to take your shot of yourself or your subject matter. Okay, so here we go. Let's go to Photo Booth, take a picture, and copy it. We're going to copy it. Go to Photoshop, open up your Photoshop. We're going to create a new image and just click OK. Photoshop remembers what's on the clipboard as you open it, and it'll create the same size document as what's copied onto the clipboard. Okay, so you just have to click Open, and we can hit Apple V or Command V on the keyboard, or we can go to Edit, Paste. It'll paste it in. First thing we need to do is just get rid of the background, and we can do this loosely because this is going to be a vector graphic. We don't have to worry about getting a crisp edge because it's just not going to look crisp anyway when we turn into a vector. So I'm just going to go around the edge of my face pretty quick and just get rid of that background. Once again, this is practice. I'm going to do a quick job. You guys will do a better kind of job editing this as you go along. Okay. I get the quick selection tool out here and fix some things. Turn the negative sign on here and just push it back over to my ear, just like so. And let's push this down. Oop, let's switch it back. Let's undo that. Apple Z. Apple Z is or Command Z is the step backwards. Remember the key command, quick command there. Also, you can also go Shift Command I for inverse on a selection. Okay, Shift Command I is an inverse. Okay, well it'll kind of push the selection in the opposite direction. Okay, there we go. I just want to now. Well, basically we can go select inverse now. We can inverse it back so that the background is selected. And I just want to hit the delete button. That'll work, okay? We can trash the background. Don't need that guy. Alright, now let's just desaturate this. So the next step is to desaturate. We're going to image adjustments. Desaturate, or the Shift Command U is the key command for that. Okay. Now we're going to play around with the adjustments. We're going to get some curves, and we want to really make this look pretty contrasty. So I'm going to make a little S curve here. Get that contrast really kind of bright, and just push that around until you get a good result that you like. We want to get the darkest darks in through here, and notice we have the peaks and valleys of the value scale here, of the highlights and the shadows. Okay, so we have some brightest brights and some darkest darks and midtones in between. Okay, that's what you want to shoot for. Okay, click OK. Next step is now it's desaturated. We have some contrast. We're going to use a filter, and we're going to go to Artistic Cutout. And what we want to do is make this kind of a poster-like cutout piece, and put in your number of levels as 4. I guess we could go as low as 3, but I like 4. Edge simplicity, you can play around with that depending on how artistic you want to get with this, how abstract. I like 4. Edge fidelity, again, play around according to your liking. I'm going to choose 442 for those settings. Click OK. Alright, the next step is we need to break this up. So that we have our cutout, we're going to break this up now. So we're going to get our magic wand tool out. Magic wand tool, and let's just click on the highlighted areas first. We're going to separate out the highlights, the midtones, and the shadows. Okay, so click on the highlight tone. Right now it's in grayscale, so we're just thinking about tones, lights and darks. We're going to go to select. Similar. We want to select all those similar pixels. Okay, so it's going to select the similar pixels, and notice the tolerance is at 20. If you have the tolerance too high, you're not gonna get your correct selection. It's even selecting some weird pixels out here on the edge. So you can play around with the tolerance on that, and those things might go away. I think what I'm going to do is use the lasso tool, hold down shift, and I'm just going to circle. No, I'm not. I'm a shift inverse. Okay, select inverse with my lasso tool, and I'm going to hold down shift and just select that area and select this. I don't want those. There's a little bitty guy right there too. Okay, so make sure if you don't want any selections, you go to select inverse with your lasso tool to get rid of those. Okay, the only thing is we have to now go back to the select and inverse it back. All right, so that we just have the selections around our colors that we want. Okay, now let's copy this. Apple C or Command C or edit copy. We're going to create a new file now. New file, file new. Just click OK and then paste it in. Apple V or edit paste. We're doing this is because we're going to use Illustrator in a second here. We're going to bring these into Illustrator and cheat a little bit. Okay, so we're going to apply adjustment threshold to this. Okay, apply adjustment threshold and bring it all the way over to the right so you have a dark black image. Okay, click OK, and there we have it. Okay, there's our threshold shape. Let's click Command A or select all. Select all is also under select. Okay, select at the top and then go all. Now that we have selected it, we're going to copy it. Command C or edit copy, and then let's open up our Illustrator. Okay, let's go to Illustrator. Here's an example of a couple I've already done. Okay, there's a red version and a blue version. Kind of rough. I did these quick. You guys can do a better job at this. But what we need to do in Illustrator is open Illustrator up and go to File, New, and start a new document. 8.5 by 11 is OK. Click OK. And now we're just going to paste it in. Apple V. There we go. There's our image from before. Okay, just pastes it in. I think Adobe does a good job combining or connecting the two software programs. We're going to live trace this pretty easy. As you paste it in, if it's selected, you have your arrow tool over here. If it's selected, live trace will be here. Let's just live trace it. Click that button. What happened was it just turned a rastered image. Zoom in on this before when we just paste this in from Photoshop, it's a rastered image. You can see the pixels. What live trace will do is it turns it automatically into a vector shape using mathematical combinations and lines and things, anchor points, and oh, we got to do some stuff first here. Anchor points and paths. Okay. All right. Remember to zoom in. Spacebar. You can get your hand. You can move it around. Spacebar Command will zoom in and out. You can also hold down Command plus and that'll zoom in, or minus and that'll zoom out. Command minus will zoom out. Command plus zoom in once again. Okay. How are we doing? About 9 minutes in. Next step is to we need to expand this now. Okay, so now we've live traced it. Everything's a vector. We're going to expand it so that we can get rid of the background. All right. So what happens was when we expand it, it puts anchor points on all the edges along with handles. Now we can see those things. If we click off of here, I have my direct selection tool now. I'm just going to click in the white. It separates out the black from white. If I click on the black shape, I can select the black shape now. If I click on the white area, it'll just select this white shape. I want to select all of the white shapes though. I can't see them. They might be separated out. I want to select all of them. So I'm going to go to select, same, select same, fill color. And it just selects all that area. I'm now going to hit the delete key on my keyboard to get rid of it. Delete on the keyboard. We'll delete it. And now we have just the black shapes left behind. Okay? Make sure you don't click on it with the arrow, with the direct selection tool. Otherwise, you might move a piece out of the way and that'll be bad. Okay? So make sure you have your selection tool selected. Now we can move it around. It'll stay together. Now that we have a shape in here, we need to add some color swatches. Okay, I want you to think about a color that you're interested in. Create a folder. We'll just call this, I'll just choose blue colors. Blue vector. Blue vector. We'll just call it blue vector. Click OK. And now we can start thinking about colors to add in there. So we can add a new swatch of color. We need to make sure we're on RGB. It'll give us some options. I'm just going to pick a blue. Okay, click OK. And actually this is going to be a highlight color. So I want, remember this is a highlight, so I want a light color blue. You know, something like that is okay. You know, something in there or whatever. Some highlight color. All right, and there we go. It'll automatically change it. Okay, we can set this one aside, and now we're ready to do the next one. Come back for your second part, part 2 of this tutorial. We'll do the midtones, and then last but not least, we'll do the shadows and put it all together. Okay, good luck, guys.